Hello, this is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be doing a updated deck profile of my Blackwing deck for July 2021. This is going to be the last updated deck for a while, simply because a lot of the sets that are coming out now in the next few months don't really have anything that I can really change with this deck. I did update it with some new cards and a new formula, which has been posted after, as you saw in the testing and combo video that was before this. I did change a few things around. Cyber Dragon Infinity is not going to be in here anymore, only because I'm focusing more on the dark attribute, so that way if I have Moon the Poisonous Wind, as you see, I won't have to worry about being locked into dark monsters and like worrying about whether or not I can use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys know I love Blackwing's favorite deck of all time, so I'm always happy to do these videos, and I just hope you guys aren't bored of them yet. And thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel and watching my video. You guys rock. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Move these over here. Alright, so first you've got 3 Moon the Poisonous Wind. Moon is the base monster in the deck. You reveal this from your hand, remove from play a Blackwing monster to activate Black Whirlwind from your deck. And only thing is, it does lock you into dark monsters, but this deck basically has nothing but dark monsters in here anyways, so it is perfectly fine. Alright, 3 Crystal Dawn. Not as good as Bora, like I've said before, but it's a 1900 beat stick, and just like all the other Blackwings in here, can be special summoned if you have a face-up Blackwing monster on the field. Alright, 3 Bora the Spear, one of the best cards in here, and probably one of the most abused. If you control a face-up Blackwing monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and unlike most of the cards in the deck, this has an unlimited times that you can special summon from your hand. So if you bounce it back, you can special summon it, and you can, as long as you control at least one other face-up Blackwing monster in the field, you can at least special summon it from your hand. Alright, I knocked it down to 2 Oster, the South Wind, because Oster is something that you do want to see in your hand, but you don't want it to be overcrowded, and mainly you're going to be using this to go into a lot of your plays, but I would recommend putting 2 in here. If you want to put 3 and you want to go for that formula, you can go for it, because I've done that for the longest time, but 2 I actually found out is a much better formula in this deck than the 3, just so that way I can get the other cards in here that I need to set up for my combos. Alright, 1 Zephyros the Elite. You just need the 1 in here. This is a really great card because you can bounce this back from the graveyard. 2, special summon it just by bounce back a face-up card to special summon this from the graveyard. So if you have Black Whirlwind that you use Moon, you can bounce that back and have a free level 4. Alright. 3 copies of Gale the Whirlwind. Gale is really good, just as good as Bora. It has the same effect. You can special summon this basically as many times during your turn, so you can abuse and spam it continuously. It also has the additional effect that it cuts 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field attack in half, so that's always another good thing. And it's a level 3 tuner, so gotta have that in there a lot, especially since this is still a majority synchro deck. 1 Gladius the Midnight Sun. Gladius is great because if you have this in your hand, you can special summon this and then do a normal summon, or if you have, say, even if you have Moon, you can search for this card, special summon this, and then if you have Oster in your hand, you can normal summon and continue your play. So he's a very good extender for that exact reason. The only thing is, if you have him and Moon in your hand at the same time, obviously he is going to have to be removed from play because you can't really activate that effect with him and Moon. Okay, so we got 2 2 Hamart in the Dust. Hamart in the Dust is great for level modifying. You can add level the stars to it based off of face-up monster that you control. So if you want to have an Oster, you can special summon this, make this a level 6, have this and Oster go into, obviously, full Armor Master. Right. 1 copy of Blizzard the Far North. Blizzard, great card. It is essentially a monster reborn for level 4 or lowers. If you normal summon this card, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Blackwing from your graveyard. Then 2 Orochi the Squalls. This is a really good card for the fact that it's a level 1 tuner, and it also has the additional effect of switching in a battle position of a monster if it's used for a synchro summon. Also, it's good to level climb as well, which is pretty much what you're going to be using for it. Alright, so that's it for the Blackwings. This is going to be the original, in my opinion, OG Blackwing, and my personal hand trap, as you've seen in my videos before. 3 DD Crows. This is great for activating, discarding from your hand if they try to activate an effect in the graveyard, and remove from play a monster. So, it's also my personal hand trap. If you want to put Ash, or Ghost Bell, or Ghost Ogre, or any of those that you want, you totally can. That's completely up to you. And now for the tech cards. 1 Raider's Wing. This is really good for the effect that it can be special summoned by detaching a material from an Exceed monster, and it's another way to get a level 4 on the play. One of the newly added cards, Raidraptor Singing Lanius. Singing Lanius is essentially a great extender for this deck, because you're going to be using this to go into most of your level 4 plays that you have, because this deck mainly focuses on the level 4 aspect, and that's how you're be able to get a lot of your Blackwings or Raid Raptors or Phantom Knights cards, because this is essentially a full Blackwing, a pure Blackwing deck with added with Raid Raptor support, just as tech cards, and I'd prefer to always keep it that way. That's just my personal opinion, but this is a very good card, and you do want to consider this, giving this a try, because it's a good way. You can special summon it if you have a Exceed monster on the field. And then for the Phantom Knights engine, you have the Silent Boots and Cloak. These are essentially in here to search for Fogblade when you have Rusty Bard each on the field, and to set your Shade Brigadine or your search for your rank up. These goes to the graveyard, and then they can essentially add more Phantom Knight cards from your deck to your hand. Alright, so that's going to be it for the monsters. Let's move on to the spells and traps. So first, obviously, the best trap in this deck, and what makes this deck pop so well, 3 Black Whirlwinds. This searches for if you have a face of Blackwing, you can search for a Blackwing that has lower attack than the one that you normal summoned, and this really makes the deck go off. If you're a Blackwing player, this is a must. Alright, and then 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. This is essentially going to be your draw power. You draw 2 cards, which is great, and then you remove from play a dark monster in your hand. If you don't have a dark monster, you have to remove from play your entire hand, but you're activating this, you're going to have a dark monster, and this is good to draw into your combo pieces that you're going to need. And then for the other 2, instead of the Soul Shave, I'm going to be running 2 Phantom Knight Rank Up Force. This is really going to be really good, that you saw also in the combo video, how I'm using it to bring out Dark Requiem, and how I brought out Arsenal Falcon and everything to be able to get that full board that I had on the final video. So this is really good. You can put Soul Shave Force in here if you want, and then have Cyber Dragon Infinity if you wanted to go that route. This is just mainly my personal preference, because I like being able to have dark monsters instead, because that way Moon doesn't get interrupted, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to be able to play it. Then you've got 1 Monster Reborn for the bring back monster from the graveyard, from either player's graveyard, great extender. And then for the traps, I only run 3 traps in here. First, you got 2 Fog Blades. This is going to have your negate. This gets searched out through Rusty Bard each, and also is really good to be able to stop your opponent from attacking with that 1 monster, negate its effect. And then last but not least for the traps, you have 1 Shade Brigadine. Yes, this is Korean, but I liked it because it was a parallel rail rare, and I liked the holographics of it. I didn't want to buy one from any of the other sets, so basically this is going to be Shade Brigadine. This is your level 4. If you have this, if you set this, you can activate this. This goes and becomes a level 4 monster, and this sets up and extends for your plays. Alright, for your extra deck, 2 Blackwing Full Armor Master. You can always have 1 if you just want. I like 2 because I love Full Armor Master. The original Synchro Blackwing Armor Master, this guy is amazing. Love him to death, because he is essentially the same thing as Full Armor Master, except he just cannot be destroyed by battle. So if he's in defense mode, they can't destroy it, and he also places wedge counters on monsters, just like Full Armor Master. Where I carry the Rain Shower to pop and destroy cards on the field. Assault Blackwing Shower, the Rain Sprinkling, to buff it, because this guy can get dumb big, as in like 45, 5,000, 5k big if you actually have what you need in your hand. And then Obsidian Tamer Hawk Joe to extend your plays. He revives a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from your graveyard, and he's a level 7, so you can go through the Northland the Starlight like I did before. Which, speaking of which, you got Northland the Starlight. This makes your opponent loses 800 light points, and one of their face-up monsters loses 800 attack, and you get an additional normal summoner set. And then for the only non-synchro Blackwing in this deck, it's going to be Bora Slowed Savage Dragon. This guy is in here for the negate ability because he can equip a monster and it has negates based off their link level. Alright, so then for the Exceed, Ultimate Falcon is just like Blackwing Full Armor Master, except it the same thing, cannot be targeted by anything, and actually has an additional effect of lowering your opponent's monsters by attack points by 1,000 and actually negating their effects if you're detaching material from it. Arsenal Falcon, this is what you're going to go into Ultimate Falcon. If this gets destroyed, if you have a material attached to it and a Raid Raptor Exceed material, this can special summon a Raid Raptor XYZ monster from your deck, so you're going to want to use that for Ultimate Falcon. Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon, and with that you're going to have, before that, you're going to level it up using Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. This is essentially another negate, because you can use this. This can get to the 3 negates for monster effects, and also when it's your turn, you can increase its attack by the amount attack of the monsters on the field. You got 1 Force Strix. This is going to be a combo extender to go into your plays. And then for the Link monsters, 1 Rusty Bard each, and 1 Force Strix. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. This deck is a lot of fun. This is my favorite deck of all time. Will always be my favorite deck, and I just love how it plays and just how ridiculous it is. I actually kind of think more people should play Blackwings just based off of how just good they are. It's crazy the amount of combos that you can get on here. Yes, you do get brick hands, every deck does, but this is one of my favorite decks, and if I had to be stranded on a desert island and I had to choose one deck to go with me, or if I could only ever have one deck, this would be the deck that I would have. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, see you guys next time.